Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Welcome to Allah. Join us on a journey of enlightenment as we explore the teachings of Islam and delve into the beautiful principles that guide our lives. Going distant from Allah is not an overnight process. It happens gradually without us ever realizing until we're too far away. You may drift away from Allah one step at a time while feeling your heart harden until it turns into a stone. It's a terrifying feeling, and it mostly happens when we are negligent of our hearts for way too long. It may start from laziness with the acts of worship, delaying prayer, belittling our sins, running after dunya, and falling into bad habits that become too comfortable. The reasons could be many, or sometimes just one, but by the end you may feel like you don't really have a purpose in life anymore. Anyone can go through such disconnection. Even the practicing Muslims. So more than your whys, let's focus on your hows. Here are some of the few steps that can help us all build that relationship with Allah that our soul badly desires. No matter where you stand in the spirituality meter, the following list is in no particular order. You start from what is most accessible and feasible for you. Talk and complain to Allah, then ask from Him too. Make dua and cry your heart out. Talk to Allah when you're alone. Talking to Allah like you can see Him doesn't only connect you back to Him but also forms husn ad-dan billah, good thoughts about Allah, which can form a really strong base for a long-term connection because it builds trust. Without trust and love, whatever building you raise above, will eventually fall down. So say what Yaqub said when his sadness overwhelmed him. Complain to Allah of the pain and sadness you cannot explain. Keep asking, even if you don't know what to say. Maybe the following words of dua will help you figure out where you're going with this. Ya Allah, I carried a heart so numb that I stopped feeling you closer to my jugular vein. I stopped realizing that I've been watched. I stopped feeling the weight of Kiram and Katibin on my shoulders. I stopped realizing that I am from the Ummah of Rasul Allah, the Prophet who cried for me and yearned for my pure belief. Yet, here I am with eyes so dry, but a throat so constricted. A mouth so silent, but a mind that yearns. A heart so heavy that pins my body down to the ground. So here I am, my Lord, here I am with a soul so bare. Seek human support as well. As human beings, we may also need someone physically present around us to uplift us. If a lot of time has passed and nothing is working out, seek out professional help. Sometimes mental illness can leave such effects of numbness and constant disappointment. Religiosity does not protect one from physical illnesses, and in the same way, it does not necessarily protect oneself from mental illness either. Depression is not black and white. Even though no one sees the emotional pain and mental agony of depression, it is real. Whether it's due to the loss of a loved one, a divorce, a bad test score, or absolutely nothing you can put your finger on, it is real. So seek professional help if you have to, because your relationships start to get affected as you progress into it. Your relationship with your family and friends. Your relationship with yourself. Your relationship with Allah. All the connections get loose one by one. So you cannot let it get worse. Depression does not have to be visible to be real. Learn more about depression from BetterHelp. Try to be around righteous people, who aren't judgmental. Surround yourself with people who remind you of Allah simply with their actions. Through their kindness, through their humbleness, through their wisdom. People who make you want to live a life for the sake of Allah. The people of Akhirah who are free from the shackles of dunya, especially when you feel completely chained by it. Company of such people can give us perspective and lenses that we may have never used to see the world. See what motivates them, what drives them forward, how are they consistent, etc. Seeing the practical life of being close to Allah makes it feel much more real and achievable. Take a break from the life that's always running and get closer to nature, miracles of Allah. Do you feel empty inside? Like you're in pain and you can't put a finger on the source, but you're numb at the same time. The months, weeks and days pass by while you keep hoping to feel something. Sometimes we are running so fast in life, trying to get ahead in every single path that we forget to hear the beat of our heart and the rhythm of our breaths. In short, we forget to be mindful of Allah because we have no time to ponder or reflect. Muhammad used to go to a cave to reflect when the voices of the society around him drowned out his own. He needed space to think and reflect, so he used to pull himself away from everything for a while to think through. If you would also like to clear your thought process, try taking a break from your routine without the noise of the world consuming your brain. If it's not possible, then try the following. Journal your thoughts. As F. Diane said here on Psychology Today, the extra benefits of mind clearing and self-defining are important enough to keep you motivated, even if you never look at what you wrote again. Find a regular time to write, and make it a habit. It doesn't have to happen every day, but you should find some sort of structure. Maybe write for 5 minutes at noon on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, for example. 5 minutes 3 times a week is manageable. Don't worry about saying anything earth-shattering or memorable. The Harvard study found that most people they asked would prefer to watch television over writing for 5 minutes, and most did not believe that they would be interested in what they had written later. Yet most of those who had written for 5 minutes found that they were more interested in what they had written 3 months later than when they wrote it. And most who chose to watch television regretted having done so 3 months later. Most of us have a hard time figuring out what makes us happy and content. Through journaling, you will get to know yourself better and put things in perspective, inshallah. This was the reason we made the Productivity Journal for Muslims, for self-awareness and management. You can get all the details here. Help people for the sake of Allah and He will help you. Be someone's accountability partner. Help them become the best version of themselves and see yourself blossom as a result. Give charity, give time, give your services, however you're able to help, step up. As mentioned in HuffPost, in a study by United Health Group, 78% of people who volunteered over a 12-month period said they felt that their charitable activities lowered their stress and volunteering enriches their sense of purpose. They were also more calm and peaceful than people who didn't participate in volunteer work. Step out of the mundane and seek knowledge in a way you aren't seeking already. Get to know Allah better. How do we expect to build a strong relationship with someone we barely know? Some people may benefit from reading Quran, especially if they understand it, if they read the translation or tafsir of it, while some may benefit from watching lectures and videos. Whatever works for you, do more of that. Sometimes attending halakas and seeing other people taking a huge impact from the halakas can increase your iman too. There is mercy on the Jama'ah. Some people benefit from reading about lives of the prophets. Some benefit from listening to recitation of the Quran. Some from dhikr and making istighfar. Some from meditation, contemplation on life, creation and hereafter. And some from reaffirming their belief in Islam being the religion of truth. Whatever works for you, stick to it like your life depends on it. To get to know Allah better, start with the beautiful names and attributes like Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Ghafar, Al-Ghafar, At-Tawwab, Al-Afuyu, etc. Starting from the names that soften your heart and make you fall in love with Him.